Whiskers was not just an ordinary cat. Oh no, he was a cat with big ideas. Very big ideas. For a cat, anyway. He lived in a cosy house with tall humans. These humans often ate strange and wonderful things. Whiskers watched them. He watched them very closely. His green eyes missed nothing, especially not the food. He saw them eat crunchy things. He saw them eat soft things. But one day, he saw them eat long, wiggly things, noodles. His whiskers twitched with curiosity. Noodles looked fun. Noodles looked tasty. Whiskers decided he must have noodles. The humans slurped the noodles. They made happy noises. Mmm, they said. Delicious. Whiskers sat on the floor, tail flicking. He imagined those noodles, slippery noodles, saucy noodles. He could almost taste them. He licked his lips. A normal cat might just meow for a tiny piece. But Whiskers? Whiskers was not a normal cat. He was a clever cat, a mischievous cat. A cat who wanted to make his own noodles. Yes, his very own noodle masterpiece. It would be a surprise for the humans, a very messy surprise, probably. But definitely a surprise. One afternoon, the humans were out. The house was quiet. Too quiet. Perfect for a secret mission. Whiskers tiptoed into the kitchen. He remembered seeing a book with pictures of food. He leaped onto the counter. Tap, tap, tap went his paws. There it was, a big, colourful cookbook. He nudged it open with his nose. Page after page he sniffed. Pictures of cakes, pictures of salads. Boring. Then he saw it. A picture of noodles. Golden, swirly noodles. Easy peasy noodles, the page said. Easy, Whiskers thought. Perfect! He could do easy. He was a smart cat after all. The plan began to form in his clever cat brain. First he would need ingredients. What did the picture show? Long, pale sticks. Yes, those were the noodles and red sauce. And some green bits? Maybe a round white thing? Whiskers made a mental checklist. This was going to be an adventure. His tail swished with excitement. He, Chef Whiskers, would conquer the kitchen. He would create the most amazing noodles ever seen, or at least ever seen made by a cat. Tonight was the night of the great noodle experiment. This day, June 2nd, 2025, would be famous in cat history. First on the list, noodles. Whiskers hopped down from the counter. He sniffed the air. Where would humans hide such important things? He padded silently to the pantry. The door was a little bit open, just enough for a curious cat. He squeezed inside. It was dark. It smelled of many interesting things. Boxes, cans, bags. Aha! He saw a crinkly bag. It had long, pale sticks inside, just like the picture. He batted at the bag. It fell. Success! He dragged the bag out with his teeth. It made a fun, rustling sound. Noodles, check! One ingredient down, more to go. This was almost too easy. Next, the red sauce. Whiskers remembered seeing a red bottle. On the counter, no! In the big cold box, the refrigerator. He stood on his hind legs. He stretched. He hooked a claw under the handle. Pull! The door creaked open. A blast of cold air hit his fur. Brr! Inside, so many things. Milk, cheese, a lonely pickle, and there, a bright red bottle. Tomato ketchup, it said. Tomatoes were red, sauce was red. This must be it. He nudged it with his head. It wobbled, it tipped, it rolled right out of the fridge. Thump! It landed on the floor. Luckily, it didn't break. Phew! Sauce check. Now for the green bits and the round white thing. Vegetables! Whiskers was not a big fan of vegetables, but the recipe picture had them, so he must find them. He spotted a long orange thing on the counter. A carrot! He batted it. It rolled. Fun. He chased it under the table. Got it. Next, the round white thing, an onion. It was sitting in a bowl. He sniffed it. It made his nose tingle. Strange. He pushed it with his paw. It rolled too. Vegetables, check. This cooking thing was a breeze. He felt like a true kitchen genius. He was doing great. One last thing, a secret ingredient, something to make his noodles extra special. Whiskers thought hard. What did cats love? Fish? No, too messy. Milk? Too boring. Then he remembered the little green plant on the windowsill. The humans called it catnip. They said it was for him. It made him feel happy and silly. Yes, a pinch of catnip would make his noodles perfectly delicious. He trotted to the windowsill. He nibbled a few leaves, for testing, of course. Then he carefully plucked a few more. Secret ingredient, check. Now he was truly ready to cook. The biggest challenge first, the pot. It was a shiny silver pot. It was also very tall. Whiskers was, well, not tall. He looked at the pot. He looked at the counter. He crouched low. He wiggled his bottom. Then jump! He landed right inside the pot with a clang. It was a bit like a metal cave, a very echoey cave. Meow, he tested. Meow, ow, ow, echoed the pot. This was fun! But he was here to cook, not to play echo games. He scrambled out, a little dizzy. Pot sort of conquered. For now, next water. The recipe picture showed noodles in water. He needed water in the pot. The sink was way up high. He climbed onto a chair, then the counter. He nudged the faucet handle with his head. Whoosh! Water! Lots of water! It splashed into the sink. He tried to push the pot under the stream. Oops! The pot tipped. Water splashed everywhere, mostly on Whiskers. He was now a very wet, very surprised cat. Spt! He sputtered. Dripping, he managed to get some water into the pot. Enough water? Who knew? Water! Checkish, the stove. This looked important and a little scary. There were knobs. The humans turned the knobs to make fire. Whiskers had seen them do it. He reached a paw towards a knob. He tapped it. Nothing. He tapped it again. Harder. Click. A little blue flame appeared under the pot. Wow! Magic! He stared at the pretty flame. It danced. It was warm. He liked warm. Maybe cooking wasn't so bad after all, even if it involved getting wet. Stove on. He felt very proud. He was a real chef now, a brave, slightly soggy chef. Time for the ingredients. Noodles first. He tried to break the long sticks. Snap! They flew everywhere. Some landed in the pot. Some landed on the floor. Some landed on his head. Oh well. More noodles were better, right? Next, the sauce. He bit the top of the ketchup bottle. Squeeze. A big red blob shot out. It missed the pot. It hit the wall. Splat. Oops! He tried again. More sauce in the pot this time, mostly. The carrot rolled off the counter. The onion made his eyes watery. Me. Ow! He wailed. This was harder than it looked in the book. Stirring was the next step. The book showed a spoon. Whiskers did not have thumbs for spoons. He had paws. He dipped a paw into the pot. Hot. Very hot. He tried stirring with his tail. Swish, swish. Noodles splashed out. Sauce splashed out. This was not working. He looked around. A long wooden spoon was on the counter. He pushed it. It fell. Clatter! He nudged it towards the pot. He tried to use it like the humans. It was heavy. It was awkward. More noodles flew. One stuck to the ceiling. A ceiling noodle. Fancy! The kitchen was now a disaster zone. A beautiful, colourful disaster zone. There was water on the floor. There were noodles everywhere, on the chairs, under the table, even one on the lampshade. Red sauce decorated the cabinets like modern art. A fine dusting of catnip covered everything, including Whiskers. He sneezed. Achoo! Flour from a tipped bag made ghostly paw prints across the tiles. It looked like a food monster had a party. And Whiskers was the guest of honour. He surveyed his kingdom of chaos. It was impressive. He felt a strange sense of accomplishment. Suddenly, ding! A loud noise. Whiskers jumped. What was that? Oh! The timer! The humans used a timer. He had seen them set it. He hadn't set it, but maybe it set itself. Or maybe it was just good luck. He peered into the pot. The noodles looked cooked-ish. They were soft. They were red. They smelled very interesting. A mix of tomato, boiled mystery, and a strong hint of catnip. He sniffed again. Not bad. Not bad at all for a first try. He, Chef Whiskers, had cooked. He had faced the water, the fire, and the flying spaghetti. Just then, the front door opened. Whiskers! We're home, called the humans. Uh-oh! They walked into the kitchen. They stopped. Their mouths dropped open. Whiskers! What happened in here? They gasped. Whiskers just blinked slowly. He looked at the mess. He looked at them. Then he proudly padded to the pot and meowed, pointing his nose at his creation. The humans stared at the pot, then at each other. Hesitantly, one human got a fork. They took a tiny bite. Their eyes widened. Honey, you have to try this. It's actually good. What is that flavour? Whiskers purred. It was his secret ingredient, of course. He knew it. He totally meant to do all of that.